Welcome and thank you for listening to the Without Judgment Coaching Podcast, where we dive into coaching for neurodivergent, high-achieving women who are ready to unlock their potential, regain their passion for work, and live the life that aligns with your dreams. I am Virginie, your host. I'm a life and career coach, and I believe that your career should be more than just a paycheck. In my business, I help my clients who suffer from chronic stress and who feel on the verge of burnout make strong decisions so they can lead the lives they want. Often, it seems like they've got it all on the surface, and yet, inside of them, there is this nagging little voice saying it's not enough. I'm here to share with you all the tips and tools that I've gathered over the years to help you see that you're not alone and that you can be in charge of what's going on in your brain. Tell yourself a different story to change the way you feel and show up in the world. It all starts with our thoughts. And that's good news, because you can choose what you think on purpose. You can decide what you don't want to believe when it doesn't serve you. And in each episode, I'll teach you how to be on your side so that you can be successful in your own way. I am a life coach on a mission to get you to discover how to live the life you deserve. So hold my hand and let's go. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 32. Today we're going to talk about why it's not a bad idea to ask for help, because we tend as human beings to think that we can do it on our own, or maybe we're going to be annoying to the people we ask for help, but it couldn't be farther from the truth in my experience. A lot of the time, people are happy to feel helpful. One example this week is that I went and asked my neighbor on one of the apps for local things to share and to buy to from your neighbors, and I was looking for verbena. It's a kind of herbal tea, and I couldn't find any in the store, so I looked there, and when I went and picked up the actual plant from my neighbor, it reminded me of my grandma. It reminded me of a good friend with whom I used to drink that, and I just told her how happy it made me. And I could see that it was not a problem at all for her to share what she had, and it was actually the opposite. It made her really happy to feel like that she could make somebody else happy that day. So just a little nugget. And now I want to tell you the struggle that we have when we don't ask for help. A lot of my clients come and say, I know I want to change careers, but I really feel like I should be able to do this on my own. And I think especially when you have a neurospicy brain and you think about a career change, you think, I'm going to stay up late and research everything possible about a new career path. Or maybe you've been making endless lists of pros and cons before making any decision, and you kind of end up being stuck in that analysis paralysis stage. Or you're just overwhelmed by all the options, because it's great to have access to so much information, and it's also really challenging for us to be able to process that and still make decisions. Another thing that I see my clients struggle with is that it's keeping their dreams kind of stuck in their head. They keep it to themselves because they're afraid of being judged by family or friends or colleagues or whomever. It's hard sometimes to allow yourself to get there and to say what you want. So that first point I want to make is that a lot of the time we're thinking that we should be capable to do it on our own. And that is not the truth, but that's what we think anyhow. The second point that I want to challenge you with is the cost of not asking for help. So I shared a quote earlier on my social media from How to ADHD book, and she says, for those without enough supports, ADHD can be a nightmare. They can take longer to succeed, and it comes at a much greater cost. And I think that's true, no matter how your brain is wired, but I think that's especially true when you have a neurospicy brain, because you already tend to have that feeling of being the only one to struggle with X or Y or Z. So I want you to think about that, and really, when it comes to navigate your career choices, don't make it harder. Actually, think about the time and the energy you have to spend and the results that you want to achieve. Then I want to invite you to think about how you see athletes. I use that example often because when we think about an athlete, like, when you watch the Olympics like last summer or something, they make it seem so easy. But we tend to forget that they have coaches around them, they have their family, they have their fans that support them, and they practice. They visualize and they practice the actual sport that they play. Same with the company. Like, would you expect a CEO to do it on their own, like without having a board or employees or all of that? So let that sink in and let go of the pressure that you put on yourself. Nugget number 3 that I want to share with you on that topic today is about how to support difference. Whether we're talking about that career change or your life in general, I've seen a lot of transformation when my clients actually build their support network, because they start to focus on the kind of the right way of thinking about their strength, and to focus on that instead of what is the most challenging and trying to make it better when it's something that doesn't come very easily. And also the network with the right people. Sometimes when we try to people please, we can just associate with the wrong people that are not going to necessarily be the most supportive. And when you do think of that support network, you're really thinking about who can be cheerleading me, who likes that, I have a powerful brain that's so creative and maybe making association that other people miss, or what am I really good at and I enjoy doing, even if it's different than a lot of others. So support the difference in all of these ways, like see what you like, see what's working, see what is easy, and try to build the support in that regard. And what I want to add to this point is that the most beautiful piece of that is that people feeling supported try to stop to fit in all the time and can have that sense of belonging, and that makes them feel like they are not broken. They are not behind. They are just where they're supposed to. And that builds your confidence, and that changes a lot of things in the way that you act, react, and behave, and the action that you take to get to that career change, especially. Now, maybe my favorite tip or kind of aspect of how to build your support is about building a good network. And that's especially important when it comes to changing your career, because you need to bring that curiosity. Like, what seems attractive to you that you don't have at the moment? What do you actually want to keep that you do have in your current job or in your current company? Is it about the people, the culture, the actual tasks and responsibilities? What do you really enjoy? What would you prefer to let go of? And that will inform your choices when looking at something new. What is it, just because it's new and you're intrigued, or what is it really about that you're looking for? A lot of recommendation that I see haven't changed is around those informal coffee or lunches with the people who are in the position that you're looking at, to get the most information you can about it before making a move. And why am I talking about networking here? It is because the more people you know and have established that personal connection with, the more chances you have to be able to find them as a support when you're ready to move on. On top of those people in places that you're curious about or in position that you want to know more about, Your support network can be a career coach that understands neurodivergent brains, a mentor that maybe you already know from a past job or somewhere you volunteer at, other ADHD friendly accountability partners that you may have for work or non-work related things that you want to do and work on. And professional groups can also be really a good place for you to look for that support. One of the real interesting thing when you're networking or when you have that support of people that you can network with is that a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people can be out loud processors, which means that you need to say it out loud to kind of organize your thought. Or maybe you want to journal and then you need to like write a lot of things down before you can put things that belong together in the right order in a way. So when you do network and you're an out loud processor, it's really helpful to have those places to exchange on that topic so that you can make sense of what is in your head. And not only that, but it's also an opportunity for you to see how people react to your ideas. And it's not necessarily for validation, but it might be interesting and giving you feedback on how innovative your ideas can be and what it can bring to someone in a way that you hadn't thought of yourself. All right, friends, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to leave you to hopefully what is a beautiful weekend ahead. And I really hope that you're feeling seen with what I've shared with you today and that you will stop doing this alone and just take that first step of looking at what kind of support you have at the moment and what you would like to change. I wish you an amazing time and I will talk to you next week. Bye. Today I want to talk to you about my 6-week program that helps build your toolkit. In just 6 weeks, with that program, you will gain clarity and confidence to improve your leadership style and ability. You will also develop practical skills for managing overwhelm and really preventing burnout. We'll be able to create what work-life balance looks for you so that it's sustainable and aligns with your personal values. Then I will also show you how you can advocate for your neurodivergent needs and still excel in your leadership role. Because this is something really close to my heart. I want you to take advantage of that new 6-week program where we can focus on one goal that you have and make it happen before the end of the year. Thanks for listening today. If you've connected with what you've heard, I would love for you to take 2 quick actions. Leave a review to help others find the podcast and share this episode with someone who might need to hear it. Now, if you're ready to transform the stories in your head into ones that serve you better, whether you're dreaming of a new job, exploring a new hobby, or building meaningful relationships, I'm here to help. Head over to without-judgment-coaching.com and book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. You can also find the link right in my Instagram bio. During our call, we'll explore how to reframe your inner narrative and make you your own best advocate for living the life you truly want. Together, we'll discuss if and how I can support you on this journey. I can't wait to connect with you and hear your story. Until next time, keep growing and thanks for being part of this community.